Kirby's friend and foe, Meta Knight, gets his own Amiibo figurine. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting, bringing you another Amiibo unboxing and review. This one from the Kirby character that's shrouded in mystery. Of course, it's Meta Knight. This is actually the last Amiibo figurine I needed to pick up for Wave 3. I think there's one or two I still need to unbox, but I was really excited to get my hands on this one, and I did get one to keep sealed and one to open for you on video right now. This is usually really hard to find. It's a Best Buy exclusive, so I do have to thank my friend Travis for picking up two of these for me. Thank you so much. That's absolutely incredible for giving me these ones and getting me them. I actually did pay him for them, but that's absolutely crazy insane. Let's take a look at the overview of the box packaging. We do have the Smash Bros. Logo in the top left-hand corner, as well as it says Meta Knight. You do have the Smash Bros. Logo back there as well. You can see the Smash Ball. Ages 6 and up in the top right-hand corner lets you know that this is from North America. And on the bottom we do have, it says Nintendo and Amiibo. And behind the figurine you can see it saying Meta Knight. The box packaging for these is absolutely outstanding, and I really like the box packaging on this Meta Knight figure. It looks really cool, as is the figure itself. We'll get to that in a minute. If you turn this over, you do have some information about Amiibo on the back. It says Battle with Amiibo in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. You can actually fight with this character in the game, level him up to level 50, and have him fight alongside you, and he actually takes on your fighting mannerisms. So if your friend's not around, you can battle with them in the game for Super Smash Bros. Both, I think, for Wii U and for the 3DS, once the NFC support is there for the Super Smash Bros. Game for 3DS, if it's not there already in your region. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife, and I'm going to cut this open, going around it, trying to keep the box packaging in good condition. A lot of people keep asking me, why do I keep doing this with the box packaging if I have another one to keep sealed anyways? I'm a stickler for condition, and I'm actually keeping the boxes for all of these, so I am trying to keep them in pretty good condition just because, as a collector, why not? If I can cut them open in a way that will maybe preserve the box, I really should. Now, speaking of Meta Knight, getting back to him for a moment, he is a character in, I think, Brawl on the Wii, which was just simply too overpowered. A lot of people were using him, and you could basically fly around the stage forever, so the character kind of got disqualified from a lot of competitions. You weren't allowed using him anymore, but it's nice to see him back in the game on the 3DS and on the Wii U. I'm really excited to actually have this character. I think he's really cool, and I think he's just a character that a lot of people enjoy playing as, especially because he's a really quick character. And the figurine here does look fantastic, I think, even just looking at him in the box packaging. Did a really good job on that box, I think, to keep it in good condition. So I was told you can actually just pop these out and slide the character out. That's a lot easier than ripping him. Thank you online for everyone who told me and recommended that I do that. Here is Meta Knight. Let's take a good look at him up close and see what this character looks like. That looks absolutely cool and outstanding. So the mask that he wears is silver, metallic silver, I must say, and it kind of turns his eyes a yellow shade. You actually can see Meta Knight without his mask on in a few games, and he looks a lot like Kirby. So a lot of people theorize that he's actually from the Kirby universe, or from the Kirby species. This time around in the games, you can see, in the fighting games, obviously, for Super Smash Bros., he is wearing gloves, and he's also wearing metallic gloves kind of over top of his own gloves. They did that really well. That looks really cool as well. That looks fantastic. On his shoulder pads, there is an M for Meta Knight on one of them, and he is holding his sword, and there's great detail work in this sword. It does look really, really cool. I really like that. That looks awesome. So his wings, absolutely. Got to comment about his purple wings. I really, really love these wings, but the paint job on mine, on the tips right here, do look a little bit strange. I'm not sure what color they're supposed to be on the tips, but they do look like they're a little bit poorly done, I think, on the tips there. So that's not great, but maybe that's the way it was supposed to be. I'm not really sure. He's also wearing metallic shoes on the bottom, which look fantastic. That looks really well done. Really, really well painted, I must say. There is a stand, a white stand here, holding up Meta Knight, but it's not that overwhelming because the character is so big that it's really well hidden. If you're going to do a stand, do it like that. Kind of hide it in the back so that you can't really see it. So the wings, very well done. They are kind of pliable because of the material that they are made out of, but you definitely don't want to be bending them too much. Same with the sword. You can kind of move the sword around a little bit, but you don't want to move it around too much. His body is a deeper blue, it looks like, kind of a bright deeper blue, and that's what it usually is in the games as well. The bottom of this should say HAL Laboratory, and it does because the character is from the Kirby series, so you can see that right there. And then it also says Nintendo, and of course these are made in China. Now the figurine itself is actually very, very large. The wingspan is quite big as well. In height, we have just barely over 3 inches tall. And if you're wondering about millimeters or centimeters, it looks like his wingtips are about 80 millimeters off the ground, or about 80 centimeters, and he's quite a wide character actually too. So just looking at that in terms of inches, because I'm curious, I think this is one of the widest characters at almost 4 inches wide, and in centimeters, that looks like it is about 90 centimeters wide. One of the bigger characters, definitely. Maybe not as weighty as, say, another character. Maybe King Dedede might be a little bit more weighty than he is, meaning it has more weight and heft. Same with Bowser, but he's definitely a bigger character with that wingspan, looking very, very awesome. If you want to compare him to Kirby as well, there you have Kirby. He's obviously quite a bit bigger than Kirby, but you can see that the size and dimension of them is slightly different. It looks like Kirby is maybe a little bit bigger, actually, in terms of body size than Meta Knight, but he's just such a cool character. Really enjoy this figurine of Meta Knight. Personally, I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason why I might lose a little bit of a mark is because I don't know if the paint job on the tips of his wings is that well done that you can see right up here. And also, I don't like having a stand, but I guess you had to put a stand with this character. But one of my favorite Amiibo figurines, definitely one of my favorites from Wave 3. I really like Meta Knight, and I actually really like King Dedede as well. Both look exceptional from this wave. Please comment below, what would you give this Amiibo, what would you give Meta Knight out of 10? I would be really interested to hear your opinions. And also, what would you give this character in terms of rarity in your region? Was he really easy to pick up? Are you still trying to find him? Or is it just been a nightmare trying to track down this Amiibo? Please comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to fill that like bucket. Follow me on all the social media links in the description below the video. And remember, as always, go collect them all and keep smiling while gaming.